You're listening to the Shoot Your Shot podcast. I'm Jen.
And I'm Megan, and we're two boss babes sharing our journeys and inspiring you along the way.
Today we are talking about end of year, just reminiscing on how much success we had. We're going to do some bragging today because I have learned that it is okay to brag about yourself and your business and just talk about your accomplishments and remind yourself like how proud you are and how great you are. And we don't do that enough. So I think we're going to do that. We're going to do that today. Okay. So I can kind of talk. I actually want to kick it off with Megan and I had our words for this year. It was something that I brought from my corporate background that I wanted to start, and Megan jumped on board this year. So my word was evolve. And it's funny because when we started talking about this topic, I was like, oh, I got to talk about my word. It's the end of the year. You know, this was my word. Yeah. And I started really thinking about how I use that word in my year without realizing that I used it. And I definitely evolved in ways that I didn't realize I evolved in. I think I evolved personally this year. I think I had like a lot of personal challenges that I had to face and like how I came about them in a way that I probably wouldn't have done previously. Mm-hmm. And I think I realized in my business that I want to grow my team. Mm-hmm. I no longer really want to be behind the bar. I realized that my passion really isn't behind the bar anymore. Like I still love it. I will still do events, but I realized that I'm evolving into a different chapter where I want to help people in a different way. I help them have fun events. Okay. I help them create a fun experience behind the bar. Mm-hmm. And I think that next year, my word evolve has really inspired me to find a way to help people in a different way.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Diving into like public speaking and more of that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more, I don't even know what it looks like, but I'm feeling called to help women entrepreneurs in a different way.
Cool.
Like the co-working space and just having, I think I lack it so much on my end and I know other people want it and need it. And I'm like, selfishly, how can I create that space for myself, but then also inspire other people and help other people
at the same time?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. My word for 2024 was balance. And I still love that. And I feel like similarly, I don't know if I subconsciously was like bringing balance or that word into my life because I chose it, or if it just synonymously happened. Like, I'm not really sure, but I feel at this moment in time way more balanced in my business than I did last year and any of the years before. I've put a lot of time into my personal life, a lot of time into my business life. And as you said in other podcast episodes, if you picture it physically, like they probably won't be equal ever. One will be a little bit higher than the other, of course. And especially right now with the holiday season and, you know, post busy season, I am editing like crazy right now, not spending any time with my boyfriend really, or my family. And I'm just working to try to get everybody's galleries and videos and everything off to them before the holidays, or as much as I can. And I have deadlines that I have set in my contracts. That's like, you'll receive it by however many number of weeks after the wedding. And I am unfortunately behind right now, but I'm trying to not drive myself crazy about it and stay balanced about it, and working as much as I can without going crazy. And so that means like 10 hours and, you know, taking a 30-minute break to eat something and taking an hour break to read my book and take a bath and then go back to work. That kind of thing. Whereas last year I was trying to balance my personal life in a different way, where I was working like 9 to 5 like usual until all of a sudden it was on top of me and I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. But expecting that, I've been editing late nights for the past month, since end of October, since November. And you know, usually I have this routine where I'll edit like a normal work day, or like be behind the computer doing emails, social media, all of these things. Like a normal business, like 9 to 5, and then hang out with friends, hang out with my boyfriend, do dinner with family, whatever. But expecting that this crunch time was going to happen, because especially this year I have more weddings than I did last year, and you know, you continue to grow and evolve. But I wanted to have more balance, and so expecting the crunch, I was like, okay, I'm going to work late nights earlier so that I don't have to do it every day. I can do it like 3 times a week working really late, and get that balance for longer. But now I am still a little bit behind, but I'm, communicating with my clients, and everybody has been really sweet. And honestly, actually nobody has poked me for their galleries. Because I think I have been communicating well, and because I'm not weeks behind. I'm like 5 days behind. It's like not anything insane, but still, like when you're a bride or a groom or a couple getting married, and your photographer tells you that you're gonna get something back in a certain time frame, and then it's like 2 days late, like, it doesn't make you feel good. So I feel really bad about it, but I also know that my work won't be good if I'm a different person. If I'm so abnormally stressed and in a terrible mindset, like, I know my work's gonna stink. So I'm trying to balance myself enough, and reading my book every day, eating well. I got a little walking pad treadmill on Black Friday, so I've been doing that every day, just to make it fresh and bring my mind at ease a little bit. So even though I am really busy and I'm behind, I do feel more balanced than I ever have. So long story short, my word for balance, I think, did work. And I'm happy with it, and I feel really balanced. And I'm really happy, in my work personal life feels really, really good right now, even though it probably doesn't look that way. It feels really good. And it's, baby steps. So next year will be even better.
I think just hearing you talk about that, because I remember this conversation last year with us.
It was horrible.
It was horrible. The tone in your voice is a 360.
Yeah.
Like, you balanced out yourself with your business. And I think that I know that didn't happen for you last year. And I don't think that happened for me either last year. Actually, I know it didn't, because I'm the same way. Like, this year, I feel like I had such a when I say bad off season, I've talked about this before, like, financially last off season, I did not set myself up, and I was literally waking up at 3 a.m. like, how the hell am I going to pay my mortgage? How am I going to pay my bills? And I was like, I will not do that this year.
Yeah.
So I just feel like I'm in such a better place this year because of the challenges that we had to go through last year. And like, just hearing you talk about you reading your book, you taking a bath, like, you did not do that last year. You were crunching so hard that you were burning yourself out. You were literally like, I hear a difference in your voice. Yeah. And like, I feel like it took that season though for you to get to this season, you know, like,
you have to go through a little bit of hard stuff to be able to learn from it and to be able to be where you need to be. 100%. I was not in a good place this time last year. I was working way too hard, way too long hours. And with time too, like, you just get better at your business. Like, I now, after doing it for a whole other year full time, like, now I edit even faster than I did back then. So if I had the workload today that I had last year, like, I wouldn't be stressed right now even at all. It would all be done.
It's so funny.
So it's funny.
Yeah. When I first started like growing my social media following, I was listening to some influencers who had, hundreds of thousands of followers.
Right.
And my goal was never to be like 100,000 follower social media person, but I am grateful that I do have an amazing platform and people enjoy my content and whatever. But one of the things that stood out to me was like, yes, you want to have all these followers, but are you ready to have all these followers? And I was like, yeah, whatever. And then I started getting all these followers, and I started getting all these comments and messages, and felt called to respond to all of them. And I'm one person, and I'm like, wait a minute, am I ready for this? Like, am I ready to be on my phone more than I already was on my phone? So it's like, I feel like that comes into your business too. Like, maybe last year you weren't ready to handle all the leads that you got and business you got this year. Mm-hmm. And the universe was like, I'm going to let her see what it's like and figure it out. And then I'm going to give her all the business the next year.
Yeah, good
point. And I feel like that is what happened with mine, because I wanted these 2 trailers, and I wanted to like crank out double events every weekend. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have that happen as fast as I wanted it to, but I think I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
Because I do this on my own. And like, I
Yeah.
always talk about, I have an amazing team. I have an amazing support system at home. But at the end of the day, I'm the one answering the emails. I'm
Yeah.
the one prepping for events.
Doing
I'm
the
the one
taxes,
dropping the
yeah.
trailer off. I'm
Right.
the one doing, well, I don't do talk. No,
Well,
kidding.
but you know what I mean?
Come
like
March, we'll talk about that.
preparing every, like
Right. No,
all, like
literally,
that's a
like,
huge task. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I was not ready mentally, physically, emotionally, all the things
Yep.
to handle all the things that are going to come probably next year.
Yep.
Because I already have multiple weekends that are double booked for next year that I didn't have this year. So I'm a later booking because, you know, the mobile bar is a nice add-on if you want to add that on.
Yeah.
Whereas a photographer is booked way earlier than we are. So like I'm already seeing the success, and I know that I'm going to be ready next year for it.
Yeah.
Is where I'm kind of getting at.
The universe knows your timing.
Yes.
Yeah. You kind of have to trust the process.
You have to trust the process.
Yeah. Yeah. But also it's trust the process, but it's also trust yourself and know what you can handle, and you learn from it. So
Yeah.
like last year I was a slave for my business, and I learned from that, and I was like, no, I need to make my business work for me, because I'm in charge. And not that my business is about me, because it's not, but you know, if I'm not in a good headspace, if I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, my work's going to stink. So it is about me selfishly a little bit. So, you know, I have to enjoy what I'm doing. Otherwise
100%.
my work won't be good.
Yep. And
It's
that
tough.
kind of plugs into my like next thing that I want to talk about of reflecting back on the year is hiring my mobile bar coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know fully, it was a year-long program and it's coming to an end, and I'm so sad. And I'm like, how do I make this happen that I can do this again? But I didn't know that I was going to get the core values of fixing myself out of that program. Like, I just thought she was going to help me make more money, get more leads, do more marketing, do this, do that, which she did. But she helped me internally in ways that I didn't know that I needed to be helped. Like, a lot of the conversations that we have, like, she'll say, why? Why do you feel that way? Why do you think that? Why? And I didn't understand at first why she was asking me why so many times. And now hearing her do it to other people and then hearing it reflected back to me again, it's that she wanted me to come up with the answer on my own versus her telling me what she thinks the answer is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my God, you're so right. And there's
That's
been
interesting.
so many like realizations from her doing that on why I do certain things. Like, I learned that I don't like doing hard things that I'm not good at, like taxes.
I don't think anybody does. Because
But
me too.
I steer away from it. Like, I literally don't do my, like, I do yearly, I do the yearly taxes, and I crunch when it comes time to crunch. I don't do it every month like I should. Every single year I say I'm going to do it. We talked about this every year. But I have learned, I'm getting better at it, but I have learned that I don't do those things because they're hard. They don't come naturally to me. So I just steer away from them, which is why I'm 100%. And I said this last year, I didn't do it, hiring a bookkeeper because I
do.
have to.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah. See, after a year of not having to touch my finances, you're talking to me and I'm like, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
blah,
I
blah,
know,
blah.
because you
I'm
don't
like,
have to worry about it.
wait, what are you talking about monthly? I'm like confused. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Because I haven't needed to think
Yeah.
about my taxes, haven't needed to really, well, I mean, I do think about my taxes a little bit, but, you know, because I have Abby, because I have a bookkeeper,
Yeah.
like she sends me a report at the end of the month and I'm like,
Yep.
okay, great. Slay.
Looks good. Yeah.
Looks good to
See
me.
that?
I don't know. Slay.
Yeah. But I learned, and I am also learning things like, so my son, I talked about this, but he was diagnosed with ADHD. So I'm doing so much research on that, and I'm learning how much of that I have too. And I was never diagnosed, and I don't even know if I have it or not, whatever. But I wait until the last minute to do things because I work better under pressure. So like, we always talk about how I would like do my menu board the night before
Right.
at 12 o'clock, but
Right.
I would get it done in 2 seconds.
Right.
But yet I could have done it all week, but I
Yeah.
chose not to because
Yeah.
I work better under pressure.
Yeah.
And I'm learning that that's not always the best way, but it is what works best for me.
This is okay. I had like a really good way to phrase it, and the way I was going to say it just like flew out of my mouth, like as soon as I opened my mouth. But that sounds exactly like what I was going through. Not to make it back on me because it's not about me, but that was like why I chose the word balance, was because I like, not that I waited till the last minute to work on my galleries, because I didn't. I was chipping away at it every day, but I wasn't working enough every day. I was doing like the bare minimum every day until it got to this huge dog pile that I literally couldn't handle. Yeah. And that's why I chose the word
deadline, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. And that's why I chose the word balance, because I was like, I need to fix this and I need to do more earlier and be able to juggle, you know, my happiness and my health and my work life. And so.
Yeah, I just went to going back to like working on yourself, because I'm just realizing how important that is. And I don't think you do it enough as a human, but especially as an entrepreneur. Like, you know, you said your business isn't about you, but it is. Like, you are your business, and if you're not the best version of you, it's going to show in your business, and then nobody's benefiting at all. Yeah. So like someone could be like, oh, Meghan gets to read her book and take a bath, but my gallery is not done. But yet your gallery is not going to be the best version if Meghan is not reading her book and taking her bath. Like, and I feel like that is what, as entrepreneurs, we don't get to remind ourselves enough of. And like, I'll eventually talk about it, but like I plan to do, after this weekend, my last weekend of events. I'm so excited. I'm actually excited to like be in the trailers one last time. Yeah. But I am like completely shutting the business down after, and like I'll probably post on social and whatever and respond to leads, of course, but like I'm mentally checking out for 2 weeks.
You need to. I think it'll be good for you.
And I'm going to be with my family. I'm going to, like, my kids are off the whole, you know, week between. We're going to do things. I think my husband's taking some time off of work. Like, we're just going to do something together as a family and like enjoy that time. And I'm not going to feel stressed, because last year it was a financial stress, and this year I'm not there. So like, I feel like I actually can take those 2 weeks off and enjoy. Good. And hopefully it happens. But, but I just feel like the hustle and bustle of the holiday, and oh my God.
What?
I shopped early this year.
Oh,
for the first time ever.
Me too. Me too.
I'm so proud of myself. I don't know if any of, like, I'm a last minute, like back to doing things last minute. Yeah. Literally like the week of Christmas.
Okay,
I'm like,
so a little bit of change.
Yeah.
A little bit of change.
Right?
There we go.
Right. I was so proud of myself. Like early November, I was like almost done. And then I waited for like the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales. Yeah. But I'm like.
Early November,
girlfriend.
Girl.
Early, because I started going to craft fairs.
That does not sound like you.
I know.
Wow.
I know. But you know what my problem is now? And I feel like a lot of people can relate to this. So I have small kids. So like all the stuff is turn your phone off. You know, if you're listening with kids in the background, turn it up, turn the volume down now. But you know, Santa's in the attic. So all of the stuff is in the attic right now. Okay. And I don't know, like, which kid has what. Like, I need to, like, now bring everything down, lay it all out, and be like, okay, do they have equal gifts? Do they have equal, you know, amount of gifts? And are they big gift, little gift, you know, whatever. And then for everyone else, too, in my family, I'm like, do I have this for that? Like, I know that everyone's done, but I don't remember what I got for them.
Right, because it was so long ago.
So now I'm overbuying, because I'm like, oh, wait, I got to get this, I got to get that. And I'm like, wait, but this person is already done.
Oh, no.
And I do shop for more people in my family than probably most people do, just because I have a small, close family. So it's like, you know, we don't get a lot for each other, but like we get things for each other. So I'm like, oh, do I have this? But anyway, I'm so freaking proud of myself.
Yeah.
So proud. So I'm going home today to hopefully do that.
I love that.
Both the kids are in school today. But yeah,
now you're in your wrapping era.
I haven't started that yet.
Okay, well.
But oh my
God,
got time. If you follow
her
Instagram used to be Camp by Meghan, and now it's just her first and last name, Meghan. I'm drawing a blank on her last name, but she's amazing. And she posted a reel, and it was like it was the sounds of like wrapping and cutting tape and that.
Like
and
ASMR?
Like, yeah. And it's like, don't come in. And then it's her watching Netflix and like having a beer, but she's like pretending to wrap so her family doesn't bother her. And I was like, girl, that's going to be me for the next week.
It's funny.
Don't come in.
And you're just with like a bottle of wine.
And I'm just with a bottle of wine enjoying my quiet time because it's all done. Yeah.
That's
So
funny.
anyway, that's a total spiral. But
That's
back
really
to
funny.
hiring my coach this year.
Yeah.
That was by far one of the best things. And I actually feel really honored because she asked me to do a video for her for like her marketing team and just like recap like what the academy, it's called Mobile Bev Pros, but it's Mobile Bev Academy is like her program. And she asked me to do a video of like sharing what the academy has done for me, for my business. And I'm like so honored that she asked me because I have gotten so much value out of her program. And B, I love that she sees that I got value out of her program.
That she thought to ask you.
Thought to ask me because she saw, you know. But I
sweet.
just, the one thing that I got out of, not the one thing, one of the things out of all the things I got out of that was putting into myself. And I think like whatever word I choose for 2025, it's going to be something about something because I learned it this year, but I don't think I fully implemented it. And I think next year is really going to be where I'm like really self-developing all of that. And I'm going to my retreat in January.
Yeah. Oh, it's in January.
Yes.
Oh,
January 11th.
I missed that,
it's
I
like
think.
right around the freaking corner.
gosh, that's
I know.
exciting.
So I'm going to Puerto Rico with Mobile Bev Pros. And I have actually never been in a room like this with other mobile bars ever.
Oh, cool.
Like we have social media besties and
but they're all around the
the state and all around the country. And I've been like to networking events where there's like one or two here and there, but I've never been, and these are all mobile bar owners who are putting back into themselves and their business.
Yeah,
like,
that's
it's not
cool.
just a networking event. You're paying to go to this retreat. So like, you know that we're going to be hustling and it's called,
That's cool.
oh my God, I got to find the name of it because it's so fun. It's like Sand Plan and something, but their slogan is like amazing. Anyway, I'll find it in a minute, but do you want to talk about your next?
Yes. Elevate your photography business with Narrative Select. Focus more on creating and less on repetitive tasks like checking eyes, focus, or matching skin color tones. Say goodbye to slow software, load raw files in seconds, review images instantly, and export your selections to Lightroom in style with just one click. Call your photo shoots twice as fast using Narrative Select. Try Narrative Select plus Edit today with 1,000 free edits with the link below. I booked a retreat and got tickets to a style shoot for 2 separate events next year. So one of them is a style shoot retreat thing in Oregon. So I'm excited for that in April.
Fun.
Yes. And Chasing Sunsets, Britt and Alex, who we had on the podcast, the couple, they're modeling in it. Yes.
Have you ever met them in person?
No,
right?
they live
They
in
were
Michigan,
here.
I think, or something.
Recently, they were in like New York or Connecticut. I don't know if Connecticut. Yeah,
I think they were?
Yes.
Wait, what?
She posted something that they went to somewhere in Hartford.
What?
Yes.
I saw that they were in Chicago and
No,
they were
they're
in New
here.
York or something.
Yeah. No, they were in Connecticut. They touched
And I
Connecticut
missed them.
at some point. I know. I thought of you and I was going to tell you.
No, we've only met the one time on the podcast,
Okay.
actually, but we DM back and forth and whatever. But
They are like the best.
they're
humans.
so sweet and they're so cute at like modeling and stuff. I see that they model for people all the time, and so I saw that they were modeling for the shoot. They were one of the couples, and that is like literally what sold me on it. I was like, okay, Oregon, I need to go. Britt and Alex are gonna be there. Sold, because that's one of the tricky things with me as a photographer getting tickets to a style shoot, because I've almost gotten tickets for a couple others because I really wanted to do some Pacific Northwest shoot this year. And the hard part for me of choosing the right one was knowing whether it was going to be good or not, because it's a popular thing for a photographer to be like, oh, I'm going to make a style shoot and, charge people and put models out there and whatever. But like, there's like a big range of quality, because anybody can do it, and the marketing of it, they mostly use like inspiration photos, and so it's like, okay, I'm not even sure if like what's being advertised in the pictures, what it's really going to look like. I don't know who this person is who's like creating this event. Like, I don't know if it's going to be good. And so when I saw Britt and Alex were going to be there, and I don't know anybody else who's organizing the event. I mean, I now I do, because I've, researched it a little bit and got tickets for it. But when I saw Britt and Alex were posting about it, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe that'll be a good one, because they're advertising it, and maybe they know the photographer, so maybe it'll be good. But it's hard for me to judge and put trust in a total stranger who I've never been following. I don't know anything about. So anyway,
That's a huge milestone for you.
Yeah, I'm excited because I have done that. I went to Utah last year, the year before, with my friend Jill.
That. Yeah.
Yeah. But it kind of just worked out well because I was going to visit my sister in California anyway, and the shoot was in Nevada and Utah and like that little corner. And I was like, oh, well, that works out well because Jill's going, and I'll just tag along with Jill, and then I'll go see my sister afterwards. So it just kind of worked out that way. But this is like, I'm going to Oregon for that. Like, I'm going to the shoot for the shoot. And my friend Kelly's coming with me. So we're really excited about that.
What is it?
It's in April. Yes, it's in April. And
so is it just a sad shoot, or is it also like learning and education?
I think it's a little bit of learning and education. There is when in like the advertising of it, they show what a couple of the shoots are going to be, and it's a week long. I think it's 5 days. I mean, it's weekdays.
Yeah. Are you going all 5 days?
Yeah, I'm going the whole time. Babe. And everybody's staying in an Airbnb together.
Oh my God.
It's like a slumber party kind of thing. I'm gonna have so much fun.
It's gonna be life-changing.
And you motivated me to do stuff like this because you talk about how much you love doing stuff with Alexis and all of these different things. And I was like, okay, I need to do it.
Yeah.
And moving to a new area, as a photographer, you need to have photos in the new area that you're moving to. And I am moving to Alaska the year after next. So
she put it out there.
So so I'm moving to Alaska in the summer of 2026. And so my head right now is at marketing my business to be able to move to, well, I'm moving regardless, but to be able to continue my business out there when I move. And setting myself up for success starts yesterday. So in order to work there, I need to work there first before I move. So I have a wedding booked for this coming July, so July 2025, and then we'll be moving probably June, July, August the next year. Yeah. So I was planning to visit Alaska again with obviously my boyfriend and my sister and her boyfriend. So we were planning to get flights to go next summer anyway. And then I saw in a Facebook group that a girl was looking for a videographer for July. And I was like, well, funny you say that because I'm gonna be there, babe. And so she booked with me, and so
Did you do photo and video or just video?
Just video. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even offer photo and video because I'm not going to do that without my team. Okay. And I can't fly people out there. Right. And Jake barely knows what he's doing. Like, I'm still like a little nervous to have him as a second shooter, so he'll be fine. But anyway, yeah, so I'm doing...
Wait. Jake is going to second shoot with
Yes!
Wait, oh my God.
He came to 2 events with me this year. And
you guys are like the new Alex and Brittany.
No, he doesn't like it. He'll do it because I ask him to, but I don't think he really enjoys it. He's fine. I mean, who could not like it? But he doesn't love it. He's not passionate about it. Okay. But I would love to be the next Brittany and Alex, but that's not happening. As much as I would love that, he has his own thing, and this is my own thing, and it's okay to keep it. It's okay that he doesn't. It's okay that this is mine. That's fine with me. But oh my God, that's he came with me to 2 events this year, and he's coming with me to probably 2 or 3 video weddings for 2025. He doesn't know that yet, but he is.
Does he listen in?
No.
Either does my husband.
So he doesn't know that yet, but he will to prepare for this wedding in Alaska. And then back to my friend Jill, my first content honey. She tagged me in a giveaway for a styled shoot, and that's like a popular thing for photographers. Like, oh, tag 5 friends to win a ticket, blah blah blah. And that's how Jill and I went to the first styled shoot to Utah together. Was because I won one of the shoots in a giveaway, and then she was DMing with the girls and convince them to let us Airbnb with them. So she's so funny. But anyway, she tagged me in this giveaway to a shoot in Alaska because I talk about it all the time. And I was like, oh my God, girl, stop. And then I looked deeper at the dates, and it is the week that we are going to be there around the Anchorage area. And I was like, shut the fuck up.
Are you?
It's like, I have to go.
If the universe is not pulling you in. Oh
I know.
God.
I know. We're going July. I forget the exact days of the week, but it's like the 21st to like the 29th or something like that. And the shoot was the 22nd to like 25th or 4, like whatever.
What are the odds of the entire year of that?
So I was like,
oh my gosh.
Hello. And that one is like an educational retreat. And obviously I'm not going to do that because I'm going to be with my sister and my boyfriend, and we're going to be doing our own thing, our own family thing. But I reached out and I was like, hey, can I come to just the shoots? Yeah. Because like I'm not going to be around like for the education portions, and I don't need to stay in the Airbnb. Like I don't need the lodging and everything. Like I'm going to be there for a wedding. But I would love to, shoot the couple in Matanuska Glacier and like all these things. And so they're doing 3 shoots. And I got tickets for 2 of them. So one of them is at Matanuska Glacier. So
oh my God.
Bridal couple, beautiful portraits on like a blue icy glacier.
Oh my God.
And which we saw in the winter, and it was really, really cool. And I'm excited to see what it's going to look like in the summer. Like I can't even fathom what a glacier looks like in the summer, but we will see what it looks like.
We will.
And the shoot's for 2 hours, I think she said. So my sister can do her, and boyfriend and everybody they do their own tour of Matanuska Glacier, maybe at the same time that I'm shooting. Would be really fun. And then I got a ticket for a wide open field mountainside shoot.
Fun.
Yes. And then the third one that I didn't get a ticket for, but that was advertised, was for like a Airbnb cabin bridal kind of thing. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. That was like the one that I wanted to go to, but then, well, obviously I want to go to them all, but that one was like tugging at my heart just because I love like the barn and the wood and just like middle of nowhere kind of feeling. But that's what the wedding's going to be that I'm shooting, is a barn in a field in the middle of nowhere. And I was like, well, I'm going to get that from the wedding. I'm going to be paid for that one. So I was like,
to do that one.
So
that's amazing.
Yes.
Oh my God, that is so exciting.
Thank you. So that's on my agenda for 2025, was working on moving away and figuring out how I was going to shoot in advance to be able to move. And double check, I'm going to Oregon and Alaska.
Oh my God, that is so exciting. And well, first I'm going to miss you, and the podcast isn't going anywhere. We're just going to be virtual eventually. But I'm so excited for you because I know that was something that you have been looking forward to, like,
thank you,
for so long. Oh,
yes.
I love that for you.
Yes. I mean, it's obviously a dream. But at a point, and the same thing with starting a small business, is like, it can be a dream or it can be reality, and that line is really, really fine. And you just like put one toe over it and the universe pops open. So like just me saying it out loud and joining a Facebook group literally changed everything, because this one booking put me to be there in that week, that now I'm also going to the styled shoot. And that, because my mind was open to that, like, oh, I might as well go to the one in Oregon too. Like it happened.
Yeah. Oh my God, I just love all of this.
I can't wait
for you. I can't wait. I was listening to a podcast on the way here, and they were explaining, it was about, I don't know if it was about reaching your goals or whatever, but it was like, if you are being tugged to do something, that's the universe telling you that you can do it. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I love that. Because I have so many ideas for next year and like what I want to do, and, where the vintage horse is going to go, where I'm going to go, all the things. And I keep going back to this wanting to help women entrepreneurs. I keep going back to like some type of something, but I just don't know what it is yet. And when I'm doing all this like inner work, realizing I don't do things until I know that I'm going to do them well. And an example of that is I used to consult for Beauty Counter, and Beauty Counter is no longer Beauty Counter, I guess. And so a lot of the consultants went to a new opportunity with a new skincare line, which I've heard amazing things. Okay. And I'm just not, and they want me to join, and I loved the community. I loved everything about it, but I'm not in a right mindset to do that right now. And I love that they like want to support me, and they actually have like a powder that is all skincare health benefits that you could put into like a mocktail or like, you know, fun things. So like I'm open to like teasing with that and things, but I just know that I'm not going to do it the right way. So I don't want to do it yet.
Yeah.
Keyword being yet, because I'm not going to say no, you know, just not yet. And I think that that's why I'm like kind of figuring it out where I'm going to go with this. Like I want to grow my team to be able to do events on their own. And I'm just, you know, the emailer in the future. But that's where I'm like, okay, then where do I go? How do I help people next?
Right.
And I just want to do it in such an authentic way. And I just haven't figured out what that is yet. But I think that's okay, because I know that I'm being called to do something else. And once I figure it out, I know that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But
it'll come to you.
Yeah.
It'll come to you in its own time, and you have to be in the right place.
Yeah.
In the right headspace.
Yep.
Right season.
And I think that you know, going back to starting this business, I would have never started if COVID didn't happen. Like it was just not in my cards. It was not in my journey. And not saying like COVID was a positive thing, because I know obviously it wasn't. But for me, I think I just looked at it in a different way, where COVID made me slow down and realize so many things about my life and my family and, you know, being in corporate and all that. And I just feel like that was the universe's way of being like, okay, you are meant for more. And the more was starting my own business. And now the universe is tugging at me again, like, you're meant for more, but I don't know what it is yet.
Yeah. Woo.
I know. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's
That's
crazy.
like the kind of feeling that I have about Alaska. It's just like I don't know why. It could have been anywhere in the world, but for some reason, like, I just feel like I have to be there. Even though like so many other states look the same, I just feel like I have to be there, and I can't really describe it. Just like the times that we've gone, it's so hard to leave. It just feels so good just to be there that it's God. Like, no, I need to stay. Like it hurts. It hurts to get back on the plane. And I've never felt that way about anywhere else. Not that I've traveled a lot, but you know, like I do not feel that way about Connecticut. Like it's not hard for me to leave Connecticut at all. When I'm in any other state, actually, the one time I was like, I want to go home was when I was in California. That's not my kind of place.
That's how I feel about leaving New Hampshire. New Hampshire is like my happy place. But it's, you know, we grew up going there, and we had our campground and all that. But but I love that Jake is on board with you too.
Oh my God.
Because it
was his idea.
I love that.
Well, it's his idea to go in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was his idea to go in the first place to visit 2 years ago, and then we both felt the same way. We were just like, it's so hard to leave. We don't want to leave. And just the timing is right. The timing just feels right, and we just have to go. We just both feel like we have to go. And so I'm gonna do everything in my power to do what I can to make my business successful out there, because I love what I do. And if I can love what I do and love the place that I'm in, like, I can't picture a happier life. Like, that is exactly what I want. And it's crazy that might only be like a year and a half away. Like, that's crazy. As soon as my contracts are finished, as soon as all of the weddings that I have booked for next year are done.
So now will you start promoting yourself in Alaska?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, will you take on bookings?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right? For 2026.
Yes. Yeah. Probably for the fall of 2026.
Okay.
What I'm hesitant about right now is the transition of here to there, because I don't know exactly what month it'll be. Right. I know it's going to be in the summer, because we're going to wait for the ice to melt. So it'll be easier because we're going to drive. You good?
Yes, my stomach just growled so loud. Clearly, I'm hungry.
Oh my God, are you okay? So we know the timing of that, because moving into a new place, like, we don't really want to be moving in the snow when everything's cold and have to worry about stuff. Like, it was
this is a silly question.
Yeah.
But is there not always snow there?
No, it's like New England.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Their winter is just a couple months longer than ours. That's
Okay,
all.
but what's like the warmest that it gets there?
It's like here.
Like it could be 80 degrees?
Yeah. In the summer. Yeah.
In certain areas.
Summer's
I'm
just
assuming.
shorter. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the biggest state of the country.
Right.
So it's like half the size of the continental US. It's like California to Texas up to like Wyoming
Okay.
or Montana. I don't, whatever
Yeah.
is like the top on
Oh.
Canadian border. It's like,
I'm-
it's huge, but we would be in Anchorage, which is like one of the more south
Okay. Okay.
parts.
Interesting.
Like 10 hours over the Canadian
I'm just
border.
so
or something.
uneducated
I don't know.
on the globe, but
Well, I didn't know until we started.
I just
going
always thought,
there.
like Hawaii is always warm and Alaska's always cold.
Yeah, I mean, on like the map when you like learn about
Right.
geography as a kid, it's like the
Yep.
U.S. Oh, and Alaska's over here, and
Yeah.
Hawaii's over
Hawaii's
here.
over
No,
there.
Alaska is attached to North
So
America.
Funny. So funny.
But
Oh, I'm so
yeah,
excited
no,
for
it's
you.
it's the same as or that area is pretty much the same as New England. I mean, their winter is a couple months longer,
Okay.
but their summers are just as hot, and it's just like winter is like the
So
season,
is
and then
July
it's
August primarily their
Yeah.
hottest summer
Yeah.
months. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And it's rainy, but they have like, changing of the leaves, and they have a spring season. It's just those 3 seasons, spring, summer, fall, are pretty shorter, and then
okay.
winter is
The
pretty
longest.
long.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of how it feels in Connecticut. Like
Girl.
fall goes by in the blink of an eye here. It's like 2 months.
Well, we literally had summer
It's like-
all year. Like,
I mean,
like it was.
You
like
walked in today and you
90.
were like, it's 60 today. It's so
Yes.
hot.
Crazy. It's like it's
Mid-December.
raining here and so foggy that you can't even see in front of you.
So weird.
But it's literally December 11th or 12th,
Yeah.
and
We had snow like 2 days ago on the ground. So, yeah.
New England's wild. This is
But-
when like everyone starts talking about like when you live in New England and you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Like this is the time.
Oh
Right
yeah,
now.
there's like some Mark Twain quote that's like, if you don't like Connecticut weather, wait 5 minutes. 'Cause
Yes!
it like will
Yes.
change on a dime.
literally what we're dealing with right
Yes. So
now. Well, I think we'll wrap up today because this was a chat convo and
Yeah.
I loved it, and I'm so excited you announced your.
oh my gosh, thank you.
You put it into the universe.
Yeah, and for next episode, this was like prep for
Yes.
next episode to pick our new words for 2025.
Yes. So if you're listening in live, think of a word for 2025 because I feel like, it kind of went on the back burner for me anyway. I know you have your scale. Where is it?
I do.
Oh, Megan had a
I
scale
do.
for her word balance. I think every time I kind of like thought about it, I just reminded myself like how I was evolving throughout the year. So I just loved that. The year prior, my word was inspire, which I feel like I totally, that year, I was doing public speaking. I was doing, it's funny. You look back and you're like, my word happened. Yeah. So I'm excited to think of a fun word for 2025 and kick off the year with my coach and like meeting her in person and just starting the year off right. I'm so excited.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so
yes.
much.
Thanks for listening in.
Cheers.